Europa League Porto vs Manchester United prediction, team news, lineups preview. Seeking to bounce back from a humbling Premier League defeat, Manchester United travel to the Estádio do Dragão to face Portuguese giants Porto in their second Europa League fixture of the new season on Thursday night. The Red Devils were convincingly beaten 3-0 on home soil by Tottenham Hotspur on Sunday, while Porto, in stark contrast, cruised to a 4-0 victory over Arouca in the Primeira Liga. Match preview. Man United have made their joint worst start to a Premier League campaign, picking up just 7 points and losing 3 of their opening 6 games, including a miserable 3-goal defeat at the hands of Spurs last weekend, one described by former defender Gary Neville as disgusting and one of the worst performances by a Red Devils team under Ten Hag. The somewhat controversial dismissal of Bruno Fernandes did not help Man United's cause, but their worst spell arguably came when they had 11 players on the pitch, as Tottenham cut through their midfield like a knife through butter, with a whole host of familiar bad habits resurfacing once again. Ten Hag, who has now suffered 10 defeats as Man United boss by a margin of at least 3 goals, including 2 this season already, is running out of excuses to explain the Red Devils' demise. Over £600 million has been forked out on new signings, and 12 of the 16 players used against Spurs were either recruited by the Dutchman or brought into the first team by him from the club's academy. If reports are to be believed, Man United's hierarchy have no immediate plans for a change of manager, with Ten Hag set to remain in situ for away encounters with Porto and Aston Villa before the international break. However, if performance levels do not improve quickly, then the under-pressure 54-year-old, who only penned a new 2-year contract in July, could be in trouble. Prior to the defeat against Spurs, Man United labored to a 1-1 home draw with FC 20 in their opening Europa League fixture, but they can travel to Porto on Thursday with some confidence as they are unbeaten in their last 12 European matches against Portuguese clubs. The Red Devils beat Porto 1-0 in their most recent meeting at the Estádio do Dragão back in 2009 when Cristiano Ronaldo scored an iconic 40-yard goal to secure a slender Champions League victory. Another win on Thursday should grant Ten Hag more time and would get United up and running in the Europa League before they face Jose Mourinho's Fenerbahce on matchday 3. While Man United are down in the dumps, Porto have made a significantly better start to their domestic campaign, winning 6 of their opening 7 Primeira Liga matches by an aggregate score of 16-1, with their only league defeat during this run coming at leaders and defending champions Sporting Lisbon 2-0 at the end of August. Porto's most recent success took place on Sunday at home against 10-man Arouca, with second-half goals from Samu Omarodian, Nico Gonzalez, Galeno and Denise Goul securing a comfortable 4-0 victory and consolidating second place in the table. Head coach Vitor Bruno, who replaced Sergio Conceição in the summer, was full of praise for his side's second-half display and hopes they can transfer their domestic form onto the European stage, having yet to hit the ground running. Indeed, Porto suffered a surprise 3-2 away defeat against Norwegian outfit Bodo/Glimt in their opening Europa League fixture last week, despite playing the majority of the second half with an extra man. The Dragons have in fact won only one of their last 7 games in Europe's secondary club competition. Porto have faced Thursday's opponents Man United a total of 8 times in Europe and have come out on top only twice, a thumping 4-0 home win back in 1977 in the European Cup Winners' Cup and a 2-1 success in 2004 in the Champions League quarter-finals en route to winning the tournament. Team news. Porto will be without long-term absentees Zaidu Sanusi and Ivan Marcano, both ACL due to injury, while Otavio has missed the last 3 games with a muscle issue and remains doubtful. However, The Dragons were boosted by the return to fitness of Arsenal loanee Fabio Vieira last weekend, with the midfielder coming on as a substitute for the final 20 minutes. And he could be fit to make his first start for the club on Thursday since rejoining in the summer. Omarodian, who was strongly linked with Chelsea in the summer before joining Porto, scored on his Europa League debut last time out and is expected to lead the line once again, and he could be supported in attack by wingers Pepe and Galeno. As for Man United, Lenny Yaro foot, Luke Shaw calf, Tyrell Malaysia knee and Mason Mount head/knock are all sidelined, but Ten Hag has been boosted by the return to training of Kobbie Mainoo and Harry Maguire, who have both taken part in training after the former was taken off against Spurs with a muscle problem and the latter missed out entirely with a knock. Either ex-Porto man Casemiro or Christian Eriksen could deputise in midfield alongside Ugarte if Mainoo is not deemed ready to start, while Captain Fernandes is available to continue in the number 10 role despite his Premier League dismissal on Sunday, which has since been rescinded, with United having lacked a cutting edge in the final third. Joshua Zirkzee now finds his place under threat from Rasmus Højlund, while Amad Diallo and Antony will continue to battle with Alejandro Garnacho and Marcus Rashford for starts on the flanks. Porto possible starting lineup: Costa, Mario, Pedro, Perez, Mora, Gonzalez, Varela, Pepe, Sousa, Galeno, Omarodian. Manchester United possible starting lineup: Onana, Mazraoui, De Ligt, Martinez, Dalot, Eriksen, Ugarte, Diallo, Fernandes, Rashford, Højlund. We say, Porto 2-2 Manchester United. Ten Hag is in desperate need of a reaction from his Man United players on Thursday. But success against a Porto outfit who have lost just one of their last 22 home matches W18, D3 in all competitions is not guaranteed. The Red Devils' last 4 European away games have seen a total of 23 goals scored, 9 for and 14 against, and they have only won once during this run. Another tricky trip on the road could be on the cards for Ten Hag and co., and they may have to settle for a share of the spoils on this occasion. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.